Deja vu. I feel like we've done that sync before.
I
like
think
Marcus
Let
was
them
like,
sink in.
life had sink in, and Ash is like, let
Please.
him in. He's cold
He's
or something.
cold.
He's cold. Dude.
Yeah.
I don't get
Let
it.
him in.
I don't get it. Anyway, welcome to the Rat One podcast.
Hello.
We're back with 4 people because the episode that came out last week was no Marcos time.
Oh, true.
No Marcos time.
Ooh,
True.
silly funny.
Now he is here. And what do we have coming up? We've got the IC soon for March.
It's next week.
We've got the last IC that happened too that I don't actually even think we've talked about yet because the last thing that came up before that was the new
direct,
Pokemon games. Yeah, so
Yeah.
kind of skipped over that entirely. We can actually
Free
talk
Articuno.
about competitive VGC like we want to, or like
Nah.
like we thought we were going to.
We play VGC? No.
No, I don't play VGC. What are you talking about?
What do you mean?
MVP of Team Nebraska, right over here, apparently, or whatever the US VGC thing was that happened recently.
Hell yeah.
How's the IC for all y'all? How'd y'all
ICUP.
Oh, fuck, man. I've been got.
Got him.
Okay, but
Get got.
actually.
I don't know. Let me think. Like, I did that thing where I do amazing at the beginning and then doo-doo the rest of the weekend, which, like, sucks. But I was also gone for most of that weekend, so I'm not too sad about it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of how I felt. I only got to play in the first day because I was gone for the rest of the weekend, but I was surprised, like, what's the word? Pleasantly surprised that I was actually able to like at least catch up to you guys and your rankings.
Oh yeah, you were
with
balling
with the like complete bullshit team.
We fought
like,
so many babies.
I feel like I'm mashing with Gothitelle Durant again. I'm gonna try that in a restricted format, which I don't suggest, but
It was funny though.
kind of worked. So
Why would you mash with Gothitelle Durant when you can mash with Gothitelle Zacian?
Exactly.
It doesn't
yeah.
feel the same. It doesn't feel the same.
You need your
You're
little
right.
friend.
You're right. Durant hits harder.
True, it does.
It's hard. I'm probably gonna use a Durant team. I think I showed you the team that I was gonna use for a video, but I'm gonna use it once I get Master Ball because then I don't care if
This dude doesn't have Master Ball.
Dude, I haven't played the game. I think the only time I played the game was when we recorded the Octillery video. like that's it. That's it.
I should do ladder, huh?
Yeah.
You know what? Maybe that's what I do tonight. Maybe I just ladder tonight because my brain's so scrambled and fried like eggs.
Oh, no, but that's like
egg.
the reason why you wouldn't ladder, Brett.
Well, I'm built a little different and I can ladder without a brain, so.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah, he uses Gothitelle Durant.
Yeah, exactly. I click Helping Hand, I click Dynamax, and I win the game.
Easy peasy. Dude,
Yeah.
sometimes it's easier to... Sometimes I play better when I'm tired as hell, because I don't overthink as much. But I also make dumb, stupid plays at the same time, so...
Yeah,
Silly dumb
feel
plays.
that for me, it is a double-edged sword, because I feel that exact sentiment for sure, but it catches up to me. Like, if I am playing super tired, I'll skip past the whole, like, overthinking a play to the point where, like, I end up choking or something, and that's good. That's
yeah.
good to not have, right? To get rid of that, that's good. But then just thinking less in general, and then being like, oh, wait, they could just kill me. They could just kill both of my guys, and I somehow didn't see that. And then
You
it
know
happens,
what's
and I'm
the-
like, ooh, that's tough.
The worst part about content creation is that if you stream a lot, you're going to have days where you have to do that publicly.
Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah.
No, I feel you on that one.
Reasons I don't stream VGC Part 1.
Yeah, same. I used to stream to like, not to like, well, actually, I probably have streamed like once a VGC tournament, like early on, like right around when COVID just kind of first started hitting. I probably streamed a VGC tournament or two.
Dang, this COVID
And I
hit.
just did horrible. I play Pokemon terribly on camera. Every single like YouTube video that I've ever been a part of, VGC wise, I've not won a single game.
No. I totally feel you. I play Pokemon terribly.
Oh yeah,
Same.
just
Yep. Same.
Wow. I mean, handshake, I suppose.
Yeah,
Yeah,
honestly,
um,
same.
You know, I feel the
Can
same.
we talk about maybe we talk about that? Go continue your thought. I have an idea.
I think I don't know. I got to be turned on to play VGC. I don't know why. I feel like
Oh, that's why you use Arena?
Dude, change your wording. No.
there was nothing wrong with my wording. It was Margaret being a bitch. They took
He's
it
the
from me,
horny one.
Columbine. They took it.
He's the horny.
It's the thing again. Shout out to the Patreon. We did free for alls, and I got fucking destroyed by everybody because
I tricked a can of beans 3 times.
Slowly, go watch the free rolls.
you know I
my
make
God.
strategies and shit, and I just fucking die because he all won't go stick to the plan.
Yeah, no, you can't use an Octillery in the free for all and not expect me to just target it. Like honestly, like you and I invented Octillery.
That's your son. Both of your.
No
sons.
one,
Yeah, but
that's
you killed
our
your
child.
like Brady.
You
Yeah,
killed your
Brady.
child.
I don't use this word lightly, but Octillery is our love child.
Oh,
Name him. Name your child.
Jonathan.
Puke launcher. It's puke launcher.
It's Puke Launcher.
His
His name is Jonathan, but his real name is Puke Launcher. We just needed to change it because it's not publicly decent.
That's cringe. You gotta respect all names.
I think there was a phase that I went through when I was playing Ultimate where I would only play Yellow King K rule and my tag was Earwax Monster.
Oh.
I thought it was gonna be a piss
Ew.
joke, but that's even
Yeah.
worse. Ew.
Yeah.
Somehow
Ew.
earwax is worse. Forgetting about substances that exist that are just disgusting and foul, like sludge and like. Ugh, earwax is definitely one of those. Ugh.
But yeah,
Or clam
Glean
chowder.
monster.
going back to the subject before we went on a little bit of a tangent there. Yeah, I gotta definitely be like thinking. I have to be sober minded. I have to be I don't know how to say it other than turned on. I'm in the flow. I am in
tuned
the
in.
I am in
Like
the
in-
flow
Turned on or
state.
tuned in?
I know what
Yeah.
you mean.
Yeah, my brain has to be switched on. There we go.
I don't. Tell me again.
Yeah. I have to be fucking bricked up on a Saturday morning to play VGC, bro. So,
But yeah,
Anyway.
no, like
Brady
I feel
trying
like,
to find a better way of saying it. He goes to some kind of like old Australian like adage or whatever that's called, where you just have like a term or like a phrase for something that just doesn't make sense in another language. And he's like, yeah, no, I guess I could word that a little bit better. I have to have like a bit of morning wood to play VGC.
Stop. Ugh.
But yeah, I don't know. I feel like when I play tired, it's like infinitely worse, and I don't want to play bad. Like
Yeah,
I
that's
just
fair.
consider.
think
I mean,
the
I don't-
advantage to playing tired is that you don't really care about like results as much.
And you always
So
have an
it-
excuse.
It does kind of take the ego out of it, of like, you know, expecting something from yourself, because now you do kind of have that John where it's like a nice John to have of. Oh, I don't care.
yeah, I
But I
don't,
don't
care,
have to
I'm
like.
tired.
You don't have to bog yourself down about the results. Now, the best way to do it
Yeah.
is you have that, but you are also awake. So-
Not
Yeah.
caring about results is so hard sometimes.
Yeah.
I-
honestly, I kind of want to talk about that, because like, just this conversation alone has made me realize like, what even is like the standard, quote unquote, for being bad in VGC? Because all I ever hear is people that I'm around being like, "Oh, I'm so bad at the game. Oh, I'm so bad," and then where they are, like either on the ladder or how they did in a tournament, is wildly different from each other. And everyone's
We're not
calling
qualified to
themselves
talk
bad.
about what constitutes good results and bad results in VGC, because all of us only have bad results.
Okay, then there's no fucking such thing as a good result other than a tournament win. Is that
Yeah,
is that
no.
is that the best way to
Yes.
put that? Is
I
it really?
honestly-
Yes.
Does
I
it really?
honestly-
Well,
boil
no.
down to, like,
The good results in VGC. Here's how you determine whether or not you are a player who is good at the game and has good enough results to talk about the game. Are you replying or writing the tweet?
Ha!
If you're replying, you're qualified to talk. If you're writing it, you're not.
I don't know. To me, it feels like a lot of it comes down to like, oh, you didn't win, then you did bad, and it's like no, because
Oh, yeah.
255 of the 256 people in a tournament here did not do bad, right?
Yeah.
Like to me, I think it's a combination of what goal you like expect for yourself, but also keeping in mind like not how bad other people did, but like
You are
keeping in
better than some
mind-
people.
keeping in mind how far you've come. I think is the best way to put it into perspective for me. Like,
Yeah, you should never compare yourself to other people unless those people are replying to your tweet.
okay, I don't know. You might have some personal beef to work out here, but I feel like you're speaking from experience here.
Also, everyone who's ever written a YouTube comment is better at the game.
True.
Oh
they
yeah,
said
dude,
so.
you're 100% right.
Oh,
The YouTube
yeah,
comments
yeah.
always know it's best when they tell you what plays to make 7 days after the YouTube video has been uploaded. Now you're right.
Yeah. Here's the type of comments I appreciate. Hey, on that turn I was thinking about doing X. Did you consider doing X? If so, why did you choose not to? Those are good comments. The bad comments are, why wouldn't you do this? That was so dumb.
Yep.
Bad
And then
com-
you can actively point out why you didn't do that thing, because it's like you can literally say like, well, here's what happened that turn. So no, that doesn't work.
Yeah.
Like people just saying that I should have used fake out when psychic terrain was up. Oh my
Yeah.
That was funny.
It's,
I do
Yeah, and
want
it's
to.
fucked up.
Oh no, you go.
I want to hear what you have to say about this, Ash, because you're somebody that like I hear say, "Oh, I'm so bad" a lot, and I
'Cause
just
I am.
I just 100% disagree. So.
No, I'd say I am a very, very average VGC player. I'm not good, I'm not great, I'm not awful. It's okay. Honestly, I think it's so hard to judge with things like VGC, especially right now because we don't have a lot of smaller locals going on. But even region specific, like I've heard of people farming CP off of quote unquote bad regions where they will show up. It's a bunch of players who aren't as experienced as them, and they win the whole thing and get their CP points. And like, I don't know, that always kind of irked me. But it's the system set up in kind of not the greatest way. The thing that always sticks with me when I think about what's considered a good player is when I don't know how to say it. Like the thing that I compare it to most often is Smash Bros. Because whenever I'm watching a tournament or I'm hearing someone talk about a tournament, I'm hearing people list off like 10, 20, maybe 30 of the same players every time, the same kind of group. And it's like this is who is going to win. And I'm sitting there like there's like 300 other people in this tournament. How discouraging is it to be someone trying to break into the competitive Smash scene when there's only 30 people that people pay attention to? I'm exaggerating, of course. I don't think that that's true at all. But I get kind of the same thing from Pokemon because most of the time, like, it's because I see top players whenever they get a record that's close to mine and they say, it's kind of shit. And I'm thinking they're like, damn, I'm kind of shit. I know that's not true. It's not shit for me. They've probably been playing for more or have more experience or, they're content creators, so it's their job. So, of course, they have more practice time. There's a million different variables as to why I do not have the same record. Some people are awful on ladder and great in tournaments and vice versa.
That's me.
Yeah, there's so many variables to it, so it's hard to say, like, what a quote-unquote good player is. But I know for sure that behind every X5 hero, shout out to y'all, because that's me, and I know that behind every single X5 or X3 is someone who worked their ass off trying to figure out how to play this goddamn game, and still did not do the greatest. And I respect that so fucking highly. I had this moment, the first regional I went to, where a couple other of my SoCal friends, we all had the same record, all three of us. We were all X in 3, and then X in 4, and then X in 5. We won 3,
Nice.
lost 5 out of the fucking 8 games. We were exhausted, but we were all together, and it's like, we won 3 games! Hell yeah! We're the squad!
That's awesome.
And it's
Well, I
just...
mean-
I'm not good. I'm not a good player because I do not get good records at tournaments. If that is what you judge good play based off of.
Well, it depends on what you judge it off of, right?
Yeah.
That's kind of where I wanted to go with this, because
Well-
like I don't want to go into what I see it as, but something that it sounded like you brought up is like when a top player, let's call them top players, not good players, because like when the people that are being talked about the most are top players, right? That's why they're talked about the most, and they do win shit a lot, right? I think the reason why they would call an average tournament placing, or say like a placing that something like one of us would get, bad, is because they're used to winning everything, right?
Yeah.
So their bad is somebody else's good. If that makes sense. It's
That's
all
always
it's
the
all a
case.
big spectrum and a gradient of this thing.
Yeah.
You can sort of relate it to weightlifting, how someone who just started lifting weights might be like, hey, I just benched 245s. That's a PR for me. The smart person will pat them on the back and say, hey, that's amazing. The asshole will say, oh, I can bench like literally triple that.
Yeah.
You go,
Exactly.
yeah,
That's the best way
because
to
you've
put
been in here longer than I have.
Yeah.
What were you gonna say, Brady?
I mean, I feel like there's still like an objective bad result, right?
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah, like X and 0, you know? Or X and 9,
Like,
I guess, you know, like if you
like-
lose all 9 rounds.
I feel like I don't
Okay,
know.
that is okay. I think you're right. There is a bad result. I don't think that there's like
and
a way to quantify bad play.
I think there is.
Well,
I think results.
There's bad play.
I think
Faking out
liter-
turn 3.
Okay, I think.
Okay,
it's a
there's not a way to
Let him
quantify
speak!
a bad. There's not a way to quantify a bad player. That's what I meant. Sorry.
I think there
like
is. It's like it's a combination of results, because results are like okay, I know it's like sort of counter to what you were saying. I think that results are a very large part of that.
I agree.
I would say, I
Results-
think it's a
results
combination of
have
results
been-
and stubbornness. Bad players are stubborn and won't learn.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's
Like
that's
okay,
that's
it's
kinda where
okay.
I'm going
It's
with this, is,
it's
like,
okay to
there's
have
multiple
bad
variables.
results. It's okay to have bad results. It's fine to have bad results if you're still learning the game.
yeah.
You're like
What I'm getting at is having bad results does not automatically make you a bad player. Like Marcos just kind of got at. It's like if
it's-
part of it could be a mentality thing, could make you a bad player, right? If you're not willing to learn.
there are multiple things that quantify that. The biggest one is results.
I think the biggest one's using sleep powder.
He's spitting.
You
He kinda
fucking
spitting, though.
hypnosis. Shut up.
Honestly, bad team building is also its own
Okay.
completely separate.
Yeah,
Like,
so
Yeah,
it's,
it's
shut
usually
up.
variable.
so it's team building, it's results, it's fucking mentality. But
Health.
the results can be like anything, right? It doesn't have to be tournament results. It can be I got this place on ladder, or like I took some wins against people in a tournament.
Yeah.
Like I beat a good player in a tournament. Like it's the same with Smash. You don't have to place high. You can just take a win off of somebody good, and that's enough to be like, oh yeah, you're decent.
Yeah, for sure. I agree with that completely. If you show up to a fucking regional and you defeat Aaron Zhang round 1, you got bragging rights 100%.
Well,
You know, unless it was like quadruple freezes. Like there's always like some exception.
yeah, I'm wishy-washy on that, right? Because Pokemon's a game where anyone can beat anyone. So there's
No,
not
you're
going to be
right.
like that guy's a top player, I instantly lose. There's no
Oh, yeah,
fucking
no.
there's no conquerors hockey in Pokemon, okay? If you get that reference, you might
I
know.
disagree.
Okay, sure, bud. It's not like, oh, this guy won the last regional, right? And he's my round 1. I automatically lost the game. Like
It's true for me.
you have outs to play to. You
Yeah.
have a whole set to play. It's not like you lost on
Yeah.
before turn 0.
Hey, you may lose, but
you
you
lose
may
on
bring
turn
it to a
-1.
game 3.
You can lose on team preview though. That is a real thing.
That's it. Yeah, matchup real, but that's different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's forever been kind of toxic the way that like what bad play is looked at in Pokemon. It exists. I won't disagree with you, Brady.
No. I
And
think
there is a way to quantify it. But
I
I
think-
feel like the way that it currently is quantified is not the healthiest for people.
no. That's. I feel like saying that isn't how things should be quantified is like, I don't know. I feel like it's the only objective way to do it it's like toxic in some way, like because you get fucking dumbasses, and this isn't a Pokemon thing only. This is in Smash. This is in every competitive game. This is gaming. If you don't have the results, you're bad. Like there are people who. I'm not saying bad. Like, but people have the mindset of you don't have results, you're bad.
Yeah, that drives me crazy.
And unfortunately, it has to be that way. It's just that people are toxic about it. Yeah. Because results ultimately are like the like only objective thing you can look at to see if a player is good. Because you look at somebody, you look at somebody's team, and it's like, well, because results, like I was saying, results includes like ladder stuff, tournaments, wins on certain people. Like the result specifically doesn't have to be bad. It just means you won against somebody. But it's the early.
If your results are never going upward,
I
feel like that's a good sign you're actually a bad player.
Yeah,
and that's not like a slight at you. That's like there's something wrong with the way you're approaching the game.
Yeah. It's definitely like it has to be this way. Just because it's the only objective way, because you look at a team and it's like, oh, they're good because they can build good teams. Well, that's an objective thing. Not every team is going to be considered good by other people. It's like it can be like personal preference shit. Mindset. Well, I mean, like
my team's objectively fire.
Mindset is like sort of subjective. I don't know. It's like
it's hard to judge it.
It's like if you have a certain mindset, like unless it's like just a toxic bad mindset that's actively like making you worse at the game, obviously that's gonna be like a thing you can quantify. Like that's just an obvious thing you can do. But then there's like some like middle gray areas where it's like, well, that's not necessarily bad or good.
Yeah,
I think that's what I'm getting at. Is there's a lot of gray area when talking about bad player. You know,
and I feel like the main thing is don't be a dickhead to someone who is bad or is considered bad.
There's
like
no
Marcos
reason
was saying.
to call someone else bad. I feel like.
Yeah.
Like.
Unless they're being an asshole.
I don't know about y'all, but I like want all of my opponents to be good at the game.
Yeah,
know?
I feel like that's
otherwise
the
I
worst
feel like it's
versus
not
bad
as
players.
fun, so
yeah,
I don't know.
You
I
want
feel
a
like
challenge.
calling an opponent bad is like, why? You know.
If shout out to fucking everyone on Showdown who like makes fun of you in chat, like when you miss a read or you do something dumb and they're like get fucked or something like that. You're so stupid, your plays are so bad. Like, wow, how
not
kind
a shout
are
out,
you?
a call out. Fuck you.
Yeah.
Talk to these people.
He's right. He's right.
Hard.
I don't know. It's so pointlessly angry, and I don't understand it.
It isn't
chill.
Angry.
It's like a coping mechanism for like man children that don't understand how to comprehend like the feeling of defeat or like loss, because it's like, oh no, this one thing that I have in my life is now being obstructed by some random person. Fuck.
Well, no, it's like
I have to kick and scream and cry about it because I'm fucking 2 years old mentally.
No, it's like it's a superiority thing. It's like, oh, you did a bad play, so I'm gonna pick on you for it.
Yeah,
it's like
like Marcos was saying about like the gym analogy. I think that's perfect. Like,
that's a really good analogy for it.
It's you don't go up to someone who's excited about their progress and like proud of what they've done and say, wow, I do that all the time. Like, that's not that big of a deal. That's just rude, and there's no reason to do it. Yeah, it's unnecessary.
Because oh my god, shocker, you're a different person than that person.
Yeah.
Big, like, insane concept, I know. And it's the same shit for Pokemon, right? People play the game for different reasons.
Yeah.
Like the start of this episode, I even said, I was like, man, I might hop on ladder and just bullshit my way up to the Master Ball tier for no fucking reason other than I can, right?
Yeah.
Do all my plays need to be 100% crystal clear, perfect, spot on for myself to call myself a good player?
No.
Fuck no. Because I don't care about what I'm playing that night. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
You know what's something else that we're not really considering?
What's that?
People approach the game differently. Even though we're all playing the same game, the approach to the game is completely like separate.
This is very true.
I know that when I play the game, I'm like, I want to use cool Pokemon, do good. If I can't do good with weird Pokemon, I feel like I'm doing bad at the game.
Yeah.
But if I feel like I'm doing good with just regular stuff, I feel like I'm not doing bad, but I'm also not doing particularly good.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what I mean. Like, what is the, I suppose, like mission statement or thesis statement that you have
Yeah.
for what you're doing that session of you playing Pokemon? You know
Yeah,
what I
what's
mean?
your goal?
Like what exactly? What's your goal? What's your plan here? And for me personally, to call myself a good player, if I'm able to meet that goal, then I'm able to like pop off a little bit inside. And be
Yeah.
like, okay, yeah, I'm pretty good, right? Ash,
Yeah.
what I want more. I can't talk. What I want for Ash one day is just to hear her fucking scream, "I'm fucking crazy! I'm going!" I
don't know if that'll ever
confidence. I feel like you need the confidence.
I don't have any of that, brother.
Ash. At some point this year, you're gonna have your me, you, when
me,
moment.
when you. I feel that way when I call shit sometimes, but I do not have the kind of confidence that other people have.
Nah, you'll get there.
I think calling yourself good requires a certain amount of confidence, and like
Oh yeah.
sometimes people just don't have that. I often don't have that, but then I'm reminded of my previous results of minuscule mattering. But
It does go both
Like,
ways. I
man,
will
It's
say
still
it's
something, yeah.
it's
Dude,
a tightrope. It's a fine line between, because you could call yourself too good. You could be like all
Yeah,
ego,
like-
and then that's bad too. It's
Yep.
the same
Yeah,
as
like-
being no ego and no confidence.
Like Brady and I, we had this discussion once where it's like Brady and I have agreed we're both pretty good at the game, if not very good.
yeah,
But we also recognize that we're not top players.
oh yeah,
Mm-hmm.
obviously not.
So like we walk that fine line where it's like, can I take a win off a top player? Oh yeah, for sure. Am I probably going to? It's a light maybe.
It's
Yeah.
like
You know?
like the potential of a player. Like you can, okay, it's like you can. It's also going back to the whole thing of what's your motivation, because at the moment I could not give two fucking shits about competing. There are no PCs, there are no MSSs, and there's only a regional in fucking June for me. And there's like a couple others that I might be able to go into state for, but. And, like, I have no motivation to compete, like, at all, unless it's just, like, me fucking around. Like, I'll be going to Melbourne Regionals.
Nice.
But, of which I don't have any, like, a reason to want to compete other than, like, content. Or it's like, oh, yeah, I just want to play the game because I'm going to have fun. It's all
Yeah.
for fun at the moment. If I was serious about it, like, and then it's like, oh my God, an alarm's going off.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I mean, there's
Professional
there's
podcaster.
there's different degrees of it. Like, cause I know if someone asks me, Marcos, why do you play the game? My response 100% of the time will be, I think it's fun,
Yeah.
and that's it. And they'll sometimes be taken aback. They'll be like, but you do this for like content. Is this not like how you pretty much like pay rent, right? And I'm like, I do it because it's fun,
Yeah.
and the rent is a good reason to keep doing it.
Yeah.
I think literally the best
we're-
mindset to have like, in a tournament is if your like goal is to have fun exclusively.
Oh yeah, for
Because
sure.
then you
Yeah.
cannot physically quantify yourself being bad or even
Yeah,
good.
and you know what?
like
You know what? And here's the thing with the tournaments too. The fun doesn't end when the tournament ends. You go and you have dinner with like your friends at the tournament.
Yeah.
Like there's a lot of
Oh, I
fun
miss
stuff to
that
do at
so
regionals.
bad. I miss
And,
that so
you know,
bad.
Like that's always great. And you also just make new friends. You know,
Yeah.
that's always fun.
I
You go,
always
hey,
go
are you
to
Twitter person? And they go,
regionals
yes,
for-
I'm Twitter person.
Yeah.
I will never ever forget going to fucking, it might have been TGF Fridays or whatever the Guy Fieri place is with you, Marcus, after Collinsville. Ruby Tuesdays, that's the other one. I forget.
Oh, yeah.
They blur in my head together. But going to that place and just the room's atmosphere sinking when
Yeah.
we found out that the timer was off in the finals match and Wolf would have actually won the tournament rather than coming second.
That was crazy because
was
we found out
insane.
after the tournament had ended.
Oh.
We go, wait a
Dude.
minute.
It like we all got like thrown back into the tournament atmosphere once we had read the news, and the room just sank. It was like, dude.
Damn.
And then I was like, guys, I'm gonna go to the salad bar. I need a minute.
I mean, it wasn't that depressing, but it was
No, it
it was
wasn't.
funny to see multiple people's like tone shift at the same time to the point where you could physically feel it in the room. That was
Yeah.
fun to me.
Yeah, that's
That was-
crazy.
I remember that. Yeah, no, I miss tournaments. Crap, which tournaments did I go to? I know we went to Collinsville.
That
And I
like
think
the
that
last
was
one
it.
before COVID.
I think that was it. I think that's the only one I went to in 2020 because there was like 2 regionals, I think.
Yeah, Dallas
actually
and then
happened.
Collinsville were the 2 big ones. So I didn't go to
Yeah.
Dallas.
I only went to Collinsville because it's within driving distance.
Yeah. Are you going to Indiana? I probably should ask this like off the pod, but like, are you going to the Indiana?
I'm gonna try. There's a lot of financial stuff I have to take care of because I might not even go to regionals this year, and I might go to one. Right, I'm gonna try to go to one that's really close and really convenient. But my future is very blurry at the moment due to the fact that I'm graduating, and I'm looking for a job out in Boston. So the speed at which I get that job determines when I'm moving, if I'm moving. How much money I have, and I don't think it's terribly smart to go to any tournament outside of a very, very short driving range. So
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
Milwaukee
That's 100%
and
valid.
yeah, so like Milwaukee, I think is a tournament that's happening. I think they moved it again. Milwaukee and Indianapolis, and like those are like the 2 I can do.
Mm-hmm.
And
That's in
if
June.
I'm in Boston at the time, one of those up in the east.
Yeah, I'm kind of bummed because
You
I
hear
can't
that, guys?
go
I'm
to
gonna
the
be on
one in
Beast
Salt Lake
Coast.
City, but I'd
Yeah, that
rather
one-
not risk my sickness.
I don't want to go to the first one that's back just because I kind of want to gauge
Which
like how
sucks
many
is
people
that's
get
the
sick.
closest one to me.
Yeah, that sucks. That's tough.
But I'll
Low
live.
key, I put on so much weight since the last tournament I went to that I'm like, maybe I won't go to one until I'm like back in shape.
You know, honestly.
I'm like, I don't want people to see me standing up.
Same here. I gained a couple pounds. So.
Yeah. I mean,
That's just a personal thing.
Yeah.
Hey, if y'all comment section viewer, if you're going to Milwaukee or Indianapolis regionals, let me know because I'm gonna be there. So
Yo. The
Route 1 meetup,
podcast.
LOL.
Yeah,
Route
wait.
1 meetup.
wait, no. Okay, so this is like a transition. I got a job, smile.
Oh yeah, true.
So,
Wait, can I guess where you work? I want to guess.
Okay, guess.
Tarantula tamer.
No,
bruh,
I don't.
that's
Kmart.
gotta be some kind of racist.
I don't.
It's
I
gotta
don't.
be some kind of racist.
I don't really
Kmart.
have tarantulas in Australia.
Blockbuster.
No. I work at a factory.
We're at a factory?
Yeah, I'm gonna be doing factory work full time. Anyway, I got a job, so maybe because if you guys organize to go to Milwaukee, I might be able to like save up enough by the time that's around to go over to the States. You know, do a little bit of VGCing
Gaming.
with the
That would
with the
be
gamers.
That would be
If I
so
get to
awesome.
meet up with all 4 of you at the same time, I will fucking cry forever. I would
Yeah,
love that.
same.
That'd be awesome. I might organize to do that actually.
I
If
will
you're
try my
down.
best.
Yeah,
I mean,
like,
that's-
for
I
me-
mean,
for
same
me,
all
it's
of us,
like-
right? We'll try
Yeah,
and
if
get
everyone here is like, dang, I if I have the money and time.
there. Yeah, it's the
Yeah.
same concept.
Yeah.
Adult
This
moment.
is no offense to anyone in this podcast or in the Pokemon community. You guys are not necessarily a priority at this point in my life
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
no,
I
that's
feel
fair.
that
because I got
It's the same
so
shit
much
for me,
crap I
too.
need to take
Yeah.
care of.
It's not that I don't care. It's that other shit
Yeah.
has to be cared for. Otherwise,
Yeah,
I'm
it's that there are immediate things on the horizon that must be taken care of before I have time to care about
Yeah.
other things.
No, that is
True.
completely fair.
Nah, real shit. If you do think shit like, oh, this person's not neglecting their priorities for me, they must not care about me. That shit is beyond whack.
That is
You
beyond
do
whack.
that
I
shit,
agree.
you're a weirdo.
You do
I'm
that
putting the-
shit,
I'm
you're
putting, like,
mentally a
the-
cat.
I'm digging back into like the first couple episodes of this podcast where I just kept swinging on people for no fucking reason, other than I had a platform now I could talk about it. I'm digging back into that bad. If you're like that, you're a fucking weirdo, and I will hit you in the face.
Violence.
I'm kidding. Violence.
We're going.
That is
We're
how
gonna get
cats
fucking
think, though.
banned,
I feel
dude.
like
I
cats
won't
are always
punch
like,
you.
"Hey, man, give me attention."
Can't punch you
I
through
get-
the internet,
Yeah.
much as I want to.
Damn. Yeah.
Nah, real shit though. It's just very toxic to be like to kind of, and honestly kind of ties into what we've been talking about Pokemon wise too. Funnily enough, is like trying to force your own ideal of what should be into somebody else's mental state or like
Oh yeah.
what they want out of things is just toxic. Don't do that for anything.
For sure.
Pokemon
And also for
related,
YouTubers.
relationship related, don't do that.
Yeah. Just
If
in
a
general.
YouTuber doesn't post for a week, don't get mad at them.
Yeah.
Yeah, real shit. dude, I ghost my best friend from high school for like he's easily the person that I've talked to for the like most amount of time in my life, like from when I like met him to current day. Not saying that we talk daily or like more than other people, but I've known him the longest, and he's kind of like the guy that like, oh, any kind of time that I'm down to, like, if we're both of us are free, I can get with him and start talking to him.
Yeah.
That kind of guy. I ghost him fucking regularly, and he does to me. there's like no ill will there. We just know that we're busy people.
Yeah, no, that's just respecting your friends.
Yeah, for real. And to think that there are some type of people out there that are like, oh, you don't talk to me, Sag.
Yeah,
like, man,
it's messed
I
up.
don't want to.
Yeah. It I don't know. I feel like you gotta respect boundaries. I do have some friends that like need more attention than others, and I have some friends who will just like will not talk for 3 months and then we'll go back just right back at it. And that's kind of how I feel with some Pokemon friends, honestly. I feel like
There's me.
I feel like once I like go to PCs again, I haven't kept in contact with a lot of SoCal people, but I feel like once I do, I'm at least hoping that it will be pretty fluid, just transitioning back. If it's awkward, oh god, I'm gonna have to relive the first few PCs I went to where I sat in the corner and didn't talk.
Dude,
Oh.
like I have such a bad I have such a bad habit of not keeping up with people who aren't immediately in the room with me.
Oh yeah, I feel that.
same.
Each time someone from home sees me after like I come back for the weekend or for like a week, it's like an anime time skip happens. Because like I as a person fluctuate my interest, hobbies, and physical appearance so much over the course of a couple of weeks that my mother has completely given up on buying like clothes for me. like today we actually went like shopping for like business clothes because I need to like apply for jobs and stuff. And she was like, this is a good time to buy you clothes because you're not going to get any bigger than this, but I know for a fact you're probably going to get a lot smaller and then bigger again. So, and like, I don't know, like, what was it, like 2 years ago, I come back and I'm like 150 pounds and I like wearing like pink shirts and sunglasses. And then my buddies are like, hey man, what's up? And I'm like, I know how to pick a lock now. And then like 2 months later, I'll come back and I'm like 210 pounds and I'm wearing like a polo and like a cowboy hat. And they're like, hey man, what's up? And I'll be like, I've given up on lock picking and I want to be a rock star.
This is how it feels to like completely change your Pokemon trainer's appearance, like the haircut, the eye color, the clothing.
Yeah, no, I do that,
just
but in
so
real life.
completely different.
Obviously, I'm exaggerating, but
Yeah.
like it's pretty much like that.
No, I feel that for sure. I'm the same way when it comes to like remembering other people. Because like, if I don't see you for a long period of time and you do drastically go through changes like this alongside a lot of my other friends that are all doing the exact same thing, my memory is already ass. It's gonna get jumbled.
Yeah.
I'm gonna forget like who. Were you the friend that cut their hair off and went bald for like a month? I don't remember.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
I am so terrible. To anyone listening right now, if I don't know you from YouTube comments or we've met in person or we've talked online before and I don't remember if I ever meet in person, I'm sorry. I got the memory of a fucking goldfish. It's terrible and I need to work on it.
Honestly, I don't think you do. I think you just gotta own it. So long as that's been my philosophy. So long as I'm owning having a shit memory and I let people know, I'm just like, hey man, no ill will. I don't mean that I don't care about you. I just suck dick at remembering things. So
Yeah, I guess that's
I
fair.
got a good memory, but I'm notoriously bad with names.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
I feel that.
Oh, you want bad with names? Oh my god.
Oh no.
I don't know if I've told this story on the podcast yet or not, but last semester of my school, it was the first semester kind of like back in after COVID, so like before or after being like online fully. This is the first semester of like everyone's in a classroom together again. One of my classes is like kind of studio time, so
Yeah.
towards the final project, I kind of got to know everyone just by virtue of me being in the studio a whole lot and just me talking to everybody and be like, oh hey, what's your name again? I forget, because like we didn't really talk like during class.
Yeah,
kinda
yeah.
like, sit there, plan, get the prints done, that kind of thing. So once it's like free studio time for the weekend and I'm out there working, the people that come through, I get to know them more. I get to know their name. One of the people that came was like a group of people. It was one person from the class and a bunch of their friends. So they're just all sitting there talking, and I need to like call them over to the printer because I'm like, fuck, I need like 3 hands for this. I got to. Yo, bro, I forgot your name. What's your name? And he says his name from across the room. I'm fucking deaf though. I didn't hear him, and there's a bunch of other people talking. I hear Tristan. I was like, Tristan? And he goes, yeah. And I was like, okay, Tristan, come here. Come help me out. I need some help. All right? And Tristan is what I'm going to call this person for the rest of forever, for like the entire time that I've known him. I come to find out on the last day of class, dude comes up to me and goes, by the way, my name's David. And I'm like, what the fuck?
What?
Why did you,
He just didn't tell you?
Why were you just okay with me calling you a completely different name for that long? What the hell, man?
That's a funny bit. That's funny.
And I called it, this was like for the entirety of the semester.
Oh my god.
Well, at least
Yeah,
a good half of the semester.
That's a funny bit. That's
was
that's
like,
fucking awesome.
Fuck, dude, he blew my mind on the last day. I was like, that's fucking crazy.
Dude, that's the sort of shit I would do. Like somebody,
He's just cool with it.
Somebody
He's just
like-
cool with it.
He was just trying to reinvent himself.
He literally wasn't even. It was because it was based off me mishearing shit. And the funniest thing is, it like when he tells me that, I get like whiplash, because of all the times that I've called him like Tristan around like the professor and stuff. Like I had to email the professor one time. I was like, "Hey, it's me and Tristan in the studio today," and like I didn't get a response from that, but. Now later on, I'm contextualizing that with like she probably thinks I'm fucking psychotic because there's no one named Tristan in the class.
And is this Tristan in the room with us right now?
Yeah, right. It felt like that. Like,
That's
oh
so
my god. So I don't know if I've already told this on the pod or not.
No,
but
I've never heard that
story-
before. That's
No, no, no,
That
hilarious.
yeah,
story
it is.
sticks with me because like
It's
fuck,
fucking
dude.
awesome.
Oh, you know
Does
whose
that.
name in the Pokemon community I'm notoriously bad at remembering?
Who's that?
Stakataka.
Ah.
Nice.
That's a fucking lie, and you know it.
Now listen. The names I'm bad at remembering are gonna be apparent right now because shout out to Plumber, Crazy Carlton, Ryan, and
Ryan?
Did I already fuck up
You fucked up.
already?
It's thank you to Ryan, Plumber, and Professor Germs for supporting us on Patreon, as well as everybody else who supports us on Patreon.
See what I mean? I already fucked up. I'm right about that.
Damn.
But yeah,
We got evidence right there.
But yeah, you fucked up. Marcus, you're a fucking
Thanks, man.
Marcus, you're a fucking liar. Just saying that right now. I might be a little tired. I'm going through it today.
Oh no.
He remembers Stakataka's name. Everyone remembers Stakataka.
But yeah,
Everyone remembers Stakataka.
yeah, time for going away now. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.
Thanks for supporting us. Appreciate you. See you next week. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Bye.